Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another post-game edition of the Sick Podcast Talking Titans. Another defeat, something that we thought maybe we wouldn't have to get used to after that debacle a few weeks ago, and now it just gets worse. So we're going to cover all of it, and there's plenty to cover, and we're excited to be able to do it with everyone. So let's not waste another second. Sammy, start us up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Talking Titans.
Ward looking. Looping out of trouble. Trying to set up receivers. He's going to throw against his body to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Spectacular. Cam Ward, welcome to Nashville.
The sickest Tennessee Titans podcast. It's going to be sick.
Alrighty, folks. Once again, welcome back to the Sick Podcast Talking Titans. Joined always by my counterpart, Jarrett. Before we get into today's festivities, let's first give a special shout out to our great sponsors over at DraftKings. NFL fans, what's your favorite touchdown? It's the next one because of DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. Your team hitting pay dirt pays out to you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 6sports. That is code 6sports to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
And for our next new sponsor, guys, if you're addicted to Zins and you want to get a cleaner alternative, try Ultra. Ultra is a clean, focused pouch for peak performers, entrepreneurs, first responders, athletes, anybody that needs to clear brain fog. Nicotine, caffeine-free, and science-based backed. It delivers smooth, reliable mental clarity in minutes. They come in 3 classic flavors: cool mint, wintergreen, and my personal favorite, tropical, which I ordered, and hopefully I'll have them for next show so I can show you guys. So unlock the full potential at takeultra.com with our code in the corner over there. Code Titans, not Sick Titans, Titans.
There you go. Make sure you try them out. We're very excited to have as a sponsor moving forward. Getting into this debacle of a game, Jarrett. Final score 31-13. We had a taste, just a little topping of taste about what a well-oiled machine offense would look with Cam Ward at his best. And then somewhere along the way, everything just fell apart again, and we saw the real potential for disaster with this kid. And I'll say it right off the rip, Jarrett, and I think you would also agree. There are officially real reasons for concern when it comes to Cam Ward. Now, does that mean the towel should be thrown? Of course not. Would never be dumb enough to think that. But when you're literally fumbling the ball trying to throw it without even being touched, there's reasons to be a little worried about that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, 2 weeks in a row when you're trying to throw the ball. Let me take that off. 2 weeks when you're trying to throw the ball and it pops out and you're the quarterback, and it's really never happened. Not necessarily happened with him throwing the ball besides him fumbling, even though it counts as a fumble. It's definitely concerning. But I'm really not concerned. He showed poise. He's still a rookie, like I mentioned before the show. Drake May was 2 of 10 in his first 12 starts. Rookies are going to go through that hurdle. You have the CJ Strouds, you have the Jaden Daniels, you have the Herberts of the world and Mahomes. So that they're few and far between. So if we continue to see growth with him, and we saw it in the first half, it was very promising. Even the first drive, and then the second drive with his pass to DK. It was definitely fun to watch the first half, but then obviously, the second half woes continue. But Cam Ward, 25 of 24. I mean, 25 of 34, 255, a touchdown and a fluke interception, in my
No, it wasn't a
opinion.
fluke interception,
I mean,
Jared. It
it
was a
wasn't a fluke.
horrible throw.
Yeah, it was a horrible throw, but it still hit the receiver in the hands.
Well, he's just as much to blame.
Well, okay, so that's the blame where it's at. I mean, that shouldn't be faulted on him, per se, but
wide
I mean,
open guy.
just
You can't throw him behind throw the ball behind him.
Of course. But Mike Vrabel did exactly what he wanted to do. Obviously, took away the run game. I think we had like 12 rushes the whole game. Forced Cam Ward to throw the football when we really had no receivers besides with our number one out. So it's forcing Cam Ward to make those mistakes, and he did, but he looked good. Defensively wise, we were in trouble right off the rip. Vrabel came in. He wanted to establish the run like he always wanted to do with Derrick Henry here. They established the run. Richardson had about 80 yards on the first drive. So I mean, they came in and they did exactly what we said. It was belt to ass, and Vrabel knew it the whole time what his plan wanted to do, and like I said, the easiest play when we were talking about it on Tuesday, the easiest play this week was the Patriots -6.5 or -7, and that was an easy cover for a win.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think what this game really showed, besides the fact that there should be reason for concern about Cam Ward, is really the glaring issue of depth on so many different levels.
Yeah.
When you're going, I mean, you're trying to target a fourth round receiver for the majority of the first half, and that's kind of your first option. That's not good. You're doing something wrong as someone trying to put together an NFL team. When you're going to your fourth rounders, your first receiver early on in the game. Now it's working. Obviously, I'm not taking anything away from that. It's great to see Chim DK getting involved early. We know his speed brings a lot of possibility for home runs, not just on the return game, but in the passing game too. So I was a little worried about DK. Is he going to be able to get involved in the passing game? And you saw today he can. So that's a good thing. But again, we go back to now listen, I think the play callers, you got to assume it's all hard agree, and McCoy just has a final say if he wants to veto something, but there were still some questionable decisions. The end of the first half,
the halftime.
49 seconds, 3 timeouts. You're not even attempting to score. I mean, these are things that, are should be pretty black and white. There should be nobody on the opposite side of that saying what they did was the correct thing to do. You have nothing to lose. You have a very high emotion game with the circumstances, who's in town. You just got fucked over on an incredible circus catch on that fourth down, which allowed New England to score rather than being only down 4 with the ball. And you decide to just kind of throw in the towel and say, okay, we'll be all right down 11 points at halftime. It's just losing mentality. It's the type of scenarios that if you're going to continue to be content being on the short end of, you're never going to win football games. And that's why you're seeing this team never win football games. As soon as that pick 6 or fumble for 6 happen, game's over. If you were maybe a little bit more aggressive in opportunities to be aggressive, maybe the game's not over when you have a ridiculous play like that. Now, it shouldn't happen, but this team always plays not to lose. And guess what they keep doing, Jarrett? Losing.
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to what the depth you're talking about. There's zero depth and zero playmakers on this field, which is kind of tough because we thought we had it in Calvin Ridley. He seems to be, invisible when he's out there on the field sometimes. We needed a true number one. You talked about it, for the past couple of weeks. We lacked that. I saw a comment, we're gonna be terrible for the next 3 years over here. I mean, we may not. I mean, we have I mean, it's a 50-50 shot at that most, but we do have a lot of money to spend next year. You have to surround your guy with talent. I believe after seeing the press conferences, maybe not believable what Mike Morganzi and Chad Brinkman.
Leave that up, by the way, Sam.
Did you see that? Did you see that press conference?
With who? When? Oh yeah, no,
that was the most uninspiring press conference I've ever seen in my life. Just to have a little bit of confidence with them, but you have to have confidence as a fan over here, just because of the fact of if they really want to turn ship and turn this right around, and everybody in the league is saying Borgonzi's the guy. You really have to believe that they're going to really surround Cam Ward with talent. If you want to talk, we could talk about this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would assume Sam would put something up like that up, but Jano Jackson calling us soft for the things we're saying is about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So the fact I'm giving this comment any more than that, you should be lucky. To say that we're soft for trying to hold our guys accountable when they're playing like shit is just pure stupidity from a fan base perspective. And Cam Ward essentially ended the game when we had a chance to cut it to a one possession game, and then he just fucking drops the ball and allows them to score a touchdown. So yes, J-No Jackson, we're allowed to have some issues with our rookie quarterback that has yet to have a complete football game to where he doesn't make an incredibly concerning mistake. And you're talking about two guys, me especially, that couldn't have been more and still are in his corner. But if you have two functioning eyeballs, these are more than just your rookie woes. And we know about the incompetence from the football team as far as staff and roster. But you could have, Hines Ward, Larry Fitzgerald, and Randy Moss on your field. If your quarterback's just dropping the ball in the backfield, you're going to lose a lot of games. And that's not something that can be coached.
Yeah,
So
it's a
yes,
turnover
we're
every game,
concerned
too.
about it. Yeah, there's reasons for concern from everyone involved. I think Cam Ward's family might be a little concerned about some of the things they're seeing him do on the football field right now. Now, back to what I said originally, you can have faith in him fixing it if he has the burning desire to win, like Mike McCoy said, which we should believe he does. But these are things that are very scary to see from someone that was drafted first overall in the NFL draft. I'm sorry if this was Quinn Ewers getting time or Jalen Milroe getting time from Seattle. Okay, yeah, he got thrown into a situation he wasn't prepared for. This is a little bit rough. This isn't what we signed up for when it comes to just complete neglect from your quarterback. I'm sure you would agree.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm not even touching on that. Like I said, we are in his corner, obviously, but we have the right, and so does everybody, to have criticism on everybody that's not playing well. I'm looking at every single comment over here, whether everyone's saying Cam Ward, we need to start talking about Cam Ward. The offensive line is trash. The defense is trash without Simmons there. There's no pass rush. Guys, what we've been talking about the whole time. Sal just said it before. There's no depth on this team. There's no superstars on this team besides Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons. Sweat looked good out there today in his first game back. I mean, but they got to build on it. J.C. Latham, a guy who we thought was going to be great and go back to his other spot, he looked like trash too today. So, I mean, this team really needs to start focusing on development. I know that was their biggest thing, but right now, how we develop players is really embarrassing. And Vrabel with the clockwise today wanted to come in there, establish 37 minutes they had the ball today.
Yeah, that was a masterclass.
It was 37 minutes. They're efficient. Total yards, they almost had 400 yards on us compared to 255 for us. I mean, at one point in the fourth quarter, we had in the second half, we had 8 plays for -3 yards in the second half. That's embarrassing. Yeah. After a really good performance that you had in the first half, how you still can't go into the in halftime and build on that and make adjustments because Vrabel's going to do it. And we came back out flat because we can't make the adjustments like the other teams do when we're playing against. It's embarrassing.
I want to throw something in there. I got to be completely honest with you and everyone watching. I didn't think the offensive line was horrible today.
Latham was bad.
Okay. I thought there were plenty of opportunities where Cam had more than enough time to get the ball out, and he chose to just continue to hold it. And I'll give my father credit for bringing this up, which is very true. He's not showing any mobility skills at all. All right, you draft this kid number 1 out of Miami. You look at his highlight reel, and you see a lot of pressure evaded. You see him making, chicken salad out of chicken shit a lot of times, and he's refusing to do that right now. Now, I don't know if that's personnel telling him, "Hey, listen, we want you to be as much of a pocket passer as possible," and he's just listening to orders. I don't know, but I mean, the issues we've had with quarterbacks over the past near decade is that they haven't been able to extend plays. Mariota couldn't do it towards the end. Tannehill couldn't do it towards the end. When the pressure collapsed, the play was over. And then in this generation of the NFL that we were watching, you need a guy that can give you time to make a fucking play. And all these quarterbacks that are winning consistently, they got guys that extend plays, that don't let pressure get to them, and that's how they win football games. And Cam Ward is not choosing to use his legs at all. And I think that's, a partial problem as to why you're not seeing these third down conversions when we need them, and you're not seeing these big plays consistently from Cam Ward because he's just kind of choosing to be a pocket guy. So I hope that's something that he's just being told. That's not his doing. Maybe that was part of what he alluded to when he said, "I'm not playing the kind of football I want to play," because they're not giving him a lot of chance to roll out. They're not really calling
No,
a lot of RPO
no,
stuff.
and we thought
Not
we
much
thought we were gonna see that today.
misdirection stuff. Yeah. And it seems like anytime they have any success with something, they fucking stop doing it.
Mhm.
You saw Gunnar Helm getting involved, making, catches, tough contested catches. Why not give him more slant routes to the chains? Give him a chance to fucking catch a ball with a guy on his back and get us a first down. I mean, a lot of the decisions Cam made too were very head scratching. Like these fourth downs, doing a check down. Like, why are you conceding the fucking possession, dude? Throw something out there. I mean, I don't know, man. I hate being this way. I don't like it, but I don't know, man. Something's
Listen,
got to give.
something does have to give, but you just want to see him continue to develop this year. You're not going to see any, as much progress as we think. We're a 1-5 football team right now. No, 1-6 football team right now.
1-6 now, yeah.
And we have a fired head coach, right? We have an offense that's really in shambles that we're going to ride this out for the next 10 games because it's going to be a completely new offense next year. So just let him get, his feet wet per se. All right, it's going to be whole new talent next year. So as long as we keep him healthy, and he sees his mistakes, because he's going to be the guy. Because you hear Mike McCoy all the time. He's hungry to be great.
Yeah,
and we have that dog in him. And he's going to do that. So if he just continues to take strides, I'm happy. I'm not. Obviously, we're both not out on this, but like it's been abysmal for the first 7 games. Abysmal.
yes.
So I mean, but there's no continuity right now, and that's what he wanted. The head coach, offensive line coach, these coach. All young coaches. We have to put our foot down this offseason, and so does Borgonzi. You have to get a nice new veteran head coach like we've been praising over here just to help him, because that's the only thing that's going to help Cam Ward and this football team right now, because there's no juice per se, and we haven't played a whole complete football game. I really thought for a second going into halftime, I was like, you know what, we may have a chance here. I was like, and of course I bet the Patriots -6.5, right? And you're sitting on a couch worried. I'm like, at what point are they going to turn us on? And all of a sudden, they turn it on.
I bet the Titans at halftime. They want to laugh even fucking louder.
I'm just saying, like you know that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there is no excuse for Cam Ward, but like he's a rookie. He fumbled twice in a row. It is concerning. We're not saying it's not concerning, but rookies have those mistakes, and we have to ride with it, unfortunately, right now. But who else is going to come in here and be the quarterback and win another 4 or 5 games? Nobody.
No,
The offensive line's bad. The running game, it's time to get another workhorse in here. Whether we get Love next year, the Singletary that comes out next year in the draft, we need another workhorse, to help Cam Ward, an established running game. No one's really afraid of Tony Pollard anymore. We have no wide receivers, so they're going to bring pressure.
Yeah,
it just sucks right now.
It does. Here's the silver lining, the way I see it. Number one, I think the glimpse you got of that first quarter offense is really what kind of showed you what Brian Callahan leaving, what that could look like. Okay, I think they reverted back to their old ways. Now we're just gonna their defense was terrible today, so that's not doing anybody any favors. So that has a lot to do with how this game went, because their defense did not do anything once Simmons went out. But the silver lining is you would have to assume just by default, the little bit of success you saw in the first quarter, that with somebody who knows what they're doing, they could bring the best out of this guy. That's number one. Number two, the talent for him to throw to does not exist. They got to treat DK, like a Hall of Famer in order to have success, when he, that was never the game plan there. If that horrendous fumble doesn't happen, probably a different outcome if they can maybe get something going there. And even if they didn't, you're punting, so things might have been different. So you're not stupid to think it can't be undone, these horrible things he's doing. But if you're a believer that they can be undone, and you're a believer that a coaching staff can come in and help him, and you're a believer that since they have a fucking boatload of money next offseason, they're going to use it properly, then there is a dream to believe in. But I mean, I'll be the first one to admit, Jared, I'm losing hope that this team's ever going to even be in contention again. Like they're going to be a perennial Jet Brown type situation
Oh, no.
where you're looking at 20 years of mediocrity until you get that one player, which they're still looking for, both teams. That brings them out of the darkness, and it starts with the play caller. I mean, what I mean is the quarterback. That's all it is. You need it. You don't have it, you're done.
Yeah, no, I mean, plain and simple. It starts at the top. Like I said, at the head coach. You saw how different, the team was when they had Vrabel as a head coach. He was one of the look. I have the picture right here. Whatever it was, I had it saved purposely for the show. That when you have a head coach, where is it? When you have a head coach and a leader of men that knows how to win, and we let it go.
Yeah.
Mike Munchak, 2-26 from 11 to 13. I mean, 22-26 from 11 to 13. Ken Wisenhunt from 14 to 15, 3-20. Mike Mularkey from 15 to 17, 20 and 20 to 1. And he had a playoff loss of 1-1. Vrabel from 18 to 23, 54 and 45. He was 2-3 in the playoffs. Now Brian Callahan, 4-19. Obviously, Mike McCoy's 0-1. But still, we had that with Vrabel just because we were stubborn. To say that, he had the losing seasons, 2 straight losing seasons. But when you have something, you just got to keep going with it. And I know everyone, wanted Vrabel's head at that point.
Yeah.
But now, it's embarrassing that the fans are chanting Vrabel at the end of the game. Everyone's holding signs that we fucked up and everything like that.
Ridiculous.
Of course it is. But now we're going to be in search for what? Arthur Smith, Nagy, and the defensive coordinator from the Dolphins and the Colts. I mean, that's not head coach material over here. I mean, when you have something, you got to kind of stick with it. And now it sucks that we're talking about this and putting our foot in our mouth, but it is what it is.
I mean, I'm really not putting my foot, because I'll be honest. Like I even said on the couch today, it is depressing to see Vrabel have success and do this to us at home, whatever. But again, number one, even if he stayed last year, was this team not going to be horrendous? They were still going to be horrendous. So you're still looking at 3 in a row bad seasons. He's probably not here this year. So the people that think, I'm sorry, I got to say this to whoever's watching. If you were one of the people at the stadium, chanting Vrabel and holding up signs saying sorry, that's just fucking so pathetic and sad. You do realize that one of the main reasons he left because he wanted more power than he already had, and they weren't going to give it to him. So it's, he didn't do himself any favors trying to stay here. But the point is, like, that's just such a horrible, sad look to be like holding up signs, we miss you, whatever. He didn't give a fuck about it. He would have put up 70 if he could have today. And just making it even better for him is just ridiculous. But if Mike Vrabel stayed last year and this team was a top 3 pick again, they weren't going to keep him for, to have him possibly go for a 4th straight season under 6 wins. So I don't think there's any universe he would have been here in 2025. So what it is. Maybe if they held out and they found the good offensive coordinator, him and Vrabel would have been a great combo like the others that were with him that we let go. But at the end of the day, like it's just if they get a coach, I'll believe. There's just no reason to think.
That's where it starts, dude. I mean,
yeah,
we want a head coach that is a leader of men because we need it. And everyone in the media has been saying they cannot hire another project as a head coach. You have former players, Nate Washington, Keith Bullock. They're very adamant online right now that they can't have another experiment, but they need an experienced head coach. And everyone's been saying it. We need it to develop Cam Ward and to turn this around, because if you think for 1 second they're going to go into that new stadium selling tickets and they're not going to try to put a winning product on the field week in and week out, everyone's got another thing coming. We have the money next year. We just need to have faith in Borgonzi to turn this thing around, because right now, with the lack of talent that's on this field and the lack of depth, it's very concerning now. So, I mean, with the fire sale coming, with the trade deadline looming in November, I wouldn't be surprised if they trade, 3-4 guys and to accumulate picks and either move up or trade back in the first. At that point, next season may be a loss a little bit too. But if we keep building, we get to 8 and there's something to build with Cam Ward, I'm happy with that. Everyone sees the success from Jaden Daniels rookie year. I mean, that's ridiculous. They had a perfect mix of rookies and veterans coming together with a veteran head coach, and he did it. Okay, now you see the struggles just a little bit right now, but he's still doing his thing. If we surround Cam Ward with talent, like he's been saying too, and we unleash him, I think we're going to have something special. So we just got to give it some time. We coming into the season, we knew we were going to jump on the back to say, hey, this is the guy who's going to take us to the Super Bowl. We're going through it right now, all of us as Titan fans. So everyone has the right for their opinion, but
Yeah.
It's sad right now.
Yeah, it is. It's sad, and we appreciate the support there at Thunder. Those words are very, very encouraging for us, and that's why we try to stay as consistent as we can to be here, no matter how bad things get, because that's how you build a fan base, by always
Appreciate you,
being
man.
there. So those words are great to hear. But like I alluded to, and this is coming from Cam Ward's biggest cheerleader over the past 8 or so months. I already alluded to it last week, but it's fully set in place now that I've concern about what the overall outcome is gonna be with Cam Ward in this organization. You can just bet right now. You can just bet your money that Will Levis, wherever he goes, wherever it is, unless he's dealing with a Brian Callahan, Aaron Glenn type coaching staff, he's going to be successful. I promise you. Well, I know, but they're not keeping him, dude. There's no universe. Listen, the only reason they would is if Cam Ward is so bad. Like, we're talking next 10 games, historically bad, where they're like, well, we got to now actually let them fight it out, which shouldn't be a thing. We're talking number 1 pick and guy that fell a round and a half. So, not a round and a half, but a round, essentially. So this shouldn't even be a thing, but if Cam is a little bit better moving forward, they're totally getting rid of him. 100%.
There's so many mistakes that we had in recent drafts, drafting Latham, not Bowers, all this other shit in here. I mean, we can go on and on and on right now.
Yeah.
It's just, as fans, we feel like we know more than the guys that are getting paid, 7 figures and 6 figures. It's just, but when you think about it, going into it, and you needed this spot for Latham, but you couldn't plug in a veteran at that spot. For a player to get. That's what I'm saying. That you get a guaranteed gem in Bowers, but you just want to plug and play. The next best guard. I mean, the next best tackle over there, because we missed out on. Joe Wall. I mean, it's just it's scratch your head kind of feeling right now for us as Titan fans. But
he would fit that team really well. He really would. But I got to be honest, Luke. I think they like Will Howard a lot. So I think they're gonna probably explore that before anything else. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It's man. To have this kind of game when you're expecting just a little bit something different with the coaching firing, and then to get that taste in the first quarter, and then just to have Cam Ward really fuck this team over with just carelessness. And I'm sorry to word it that way, guys, but that's just kind of how it is, because this was a game until that happened. It's very disheartening. And I can't overstate this. I'm not throwing in the towel. I'm not waking up tomorrow like with a firm belief that Cam Ward can't be a franchise quarterback. But it's like really disheartening, because you're just seeing such high level play from young players, 40-year-old players, and everybody in between. And then when we watch Titan games, it just doesn't look like the same game, with the exception of a little flash in the pan from DK, which was such a great throw. And there were so many throws today where me and my dad were like, wow, that was such a nice throw. And then you see that fumble, and it's just like, it just puts you in a bad place as a fan.
Speaking of the fumble, he was right. Titans out. We are a fumble away from being 0-7 because that fluke in Arizona.
Oh,
covered by. I mean,
you're not going to see another game like that. That was that was one of the most horrible collapses in NFL history. As far as the severity, the severity of the blunders was so vast. But it is what it is. Maybe that one win puts us in a place that gets us the key that unlocks the team's success in the draft next year. I don't know, but something's got to give. So, our defense was horrible, absolutely horrible. And Jeff was out. That didn't help. But Hooker. What a hard. I mean, that we got to put that in the demerit category for Brinker and Borgonzi right now. Sorry.
Linebackers are not that great. I don't care.
He's
If
I mean,
Cedric Gray
he's
is
been a shell of himself since he's gotten that bad. So, you know, not gonna fry him. Still got plenty of chances to make amends for the downfalls of this team, but we'll see. We're gonna get our shit kicked in again next week. I mean, in Indianapolis, that should be a Netflix comedy special. Is what that should be. I see us losing by 25, 35. I don't know. Yeah, McCoy, he would have had to win like 8 games to even have a shot at getting interviewed, I think.
Yeah, no.
But he's not the answer. He didn't bring any juice. And that end of the first half bullshit again. See ya. I don't give a fuck.
I don't understand that. You have 3 timeouts.
Yeah,
Just
unacceptable.
chip your way down the field, even if you want to try to get a field goal out of it. You're on the 40.
Yeah.
You got to go what? 30 yards?
Yeah.
In 32 seconds with 3 timeouts?
That's tank mode play,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's tank mode play. And if you're getting that in week 6, then don't preach anything to this fan base. You're a joke. Admit you're a joke. That's all. But I think we're gonna wrap up here. Give everyone a chance to mourn and be sad with maybe a couple drinks here and there. But yeah, we'll keep you guys informed. We're gonna have a great guest coming up in a couple days. You want to save that for a surprise? You want to let them know?
No, we're gonna probably release it tomorrow anyway. Chad Withrow is gonna be on with us on Tuesday, and we got 2 more lined up for the future. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some cool guests, be able to pick their brain. We want as much insight as we can get.
What's going on?
I don't have an answer, you know. And those of you that know me know I usually have some sort of answer, whether you agree with it or not. I don't have any answers here because I don't know what's going to happen to get this team on the right path to success by week 18 being over, because that's what they need.
I'll tell you what, the path of success right now, as I hear her screaming upstairs, the Giants opening drive, 7-0, Jackson Dart 90-yard touchdown.
Oh wow!
Daniel
Holy
Bellinger.
shit! Just happened. There you go. You know what else is the path of success? Bet whatever team the Titans are playing, given the points. That's the path to success. So we're gonna leave you with those words of advice. This is gonna be the most unbearable part, is hearing everyone and their mother say we should have taken him.
Yep.
And unfortunately, if you were saying it before the draft, you'll be right. So I'm sure there's plenty of people that were saying it before the draft, and they'll be having their moments for the next probably next 11, 12 weeks. But anything else, Jarett? We're going to wrap up. I think we've said our piece here.
No, that's it. 30 minutes in, we said what we wanted to say, and we're going to pick one of the experts' brains on Tuesday. So
absolutely appreciate every last one of you that we have had so many people that join us after the game. We appreciate each and every one of you that view us. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take the time quickly to go to the app and do it. We want to build up our subscription on that platform as well. So anyone watching through Twitter or YouTube, appreciate you. Make sure you comment, all that good stuff, hype the video, and hope to see you on Tuesday when we talk more Titan football and dive into this next matchup in Indianapolis. So hope everyone has a great rest of their weekend, and we will catch you next week. So tighten up, Sammy. Send us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Talking Titans on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.